I'm Joan McDonald. I am the chair of the New York State Bridge Authority. I will call the roll. Maria Bruni.
Here.
Roger Higgins.
Here.
Freddie Garcia.
Here.
Lanny Gilbert.
Here.
And I am here. We have a quorum. The meeting has been noticed pursuant to the Open Meetings and Public Officers Law. Because we are doing this virtually, when people are voting or making a motion, you need to give your name so that everybody is clear who it's coming from. Do I have a motion to open today's meeting?
Ilan Gilbert, motion.
Roger Higgins, second.
Great, thanks everybody. We will now pause the meeting and we will go into the meeting of the whole, which will be chaired by Maria Bruni. Maria, take it away.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
So I'm sorry, we were going to go and do these individually. It was audit and finance separate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Then we will do audit first. Maria?
Okay, so I would like to open the audit committee for December 2nd. I need to call roll, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Lonnie Gilbert,
Present.
Alex Berardi is absent, and myself, Maria Bruni, present. So I'd like to move to the adoption of the October 29th, 25 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes.
So moved.
Okay, I second.
Ilan Gilbert.
And Maria Bruni second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, Maria and Lonnie. Then I'd like to move to the review of the annual report on committee activities.
Okay, just to go through it. So annually, the audit committee does a review of its charter and confirms that they have met the responsibilities as identified in that charter. During the year 2025, we exceeded the number of meetings. The audit committee reviewed the 2024 financial statements, as well as the reports of both the internal control systems auditor and the financial statement auditor. The authority had no issues identified during financial reporting. There were no issues associated with any sort of management letter or audit findings. All the audits have come back clean, as well as the authority had no disagreements with the financial statement auditor as it relates to accounting policies or principles identified, nor were there any reports or draft reports received from the state inspector general or the comptroller. Overall, the audit committee did not indicate any other requirements to necessitate changing the committee's charter, and this report will be forwarded to the board for approval and a resolution at the full board meeting later.
So do we have to make a motion to move to the full board?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do I have a motion to move
Ilan Gilbert, so moved.
Okay. Maria Bruni, second. And I'll call a roll. Lonnie Gilbert.
Aye.
Maria Bruni, aye. Alex Berardi, absent. Thank you. And then we'll move to any other business. I don't think.
No.
None. Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Ilan Gilbert.
Second, Maria, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ilan Gilbert.
All right. Maria Bruni.
Okay, we will now move to the Finance Committee.
Okay.
Okay, Roger, there we go.
This is Roger Higgins, the chair of the New York Bridge Authority Finance Committee. Let's take attendance. Freddie Garcia.
Here.
John McDonald.
Present.
And I'm Roger Higgins, and I'm present. Our first order of business is to adopt the minutes of the October 29 Committee of the Whole meeting. Is there a motion?
Freddie moves it.
Second.
Moved and second. Is there are there any changes or additions or questions about the minutes? If not, I'll call the roll. All in favor? Freddie Garcia?
Aye.
John McDonald?
Aye.
Roger Higgins? Aye. The minutes are adopted. We now also move to the review of the annual report on the committee activities.
Thank you. again, similar to the audit committee, we do a review annually of each requirement of charter for the finance committee. For 2025, similar to the audit committee, the committee met 5 times, which exceeds the 1 per quarter or more than 4 that we're required to have. The committee reviewed the budget financial plan back on October 29th and approved, and it will be approved by the board, or expected to be approved by the board today. The additional financing was reviewed as part of that plan, noting that anything was contingent upon how cost estimates materialize associated with capital projects. The committee did not raise any issues as it relates to the need to alter the existing charter. And with the committee's approval, this evaluation will be forwarded to the board for approval later on today.
Thank you very much. Is there a motion to move the report to the full board?
So moved. This is Joan.
Second, Freddie.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call the roll. Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
John McDonald,
Aye.
Roger Higgins is aye. So the report will go to the full board. Next on our agenda is any other business to come before the committee. Is there any other business?
Nope.
Seeing none, can we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Joan.
Freddie, second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, Freddie Garcia,
Aye. Aye.
Joe McDonald,
Aye.
Roger Higgins, aye. Committee is closed.
Okay. Next up is the governance committee. I chair that committee. I'll call the roll. Alex Berardi is excused. Maria Bruni,
Here.
and I am here. We will open the governance committee meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt the minutes of the February 20th, 2025 governance committee meeting?
So move, Maria Bruni.
Thank you. I second. All in favor? Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Joan McDonald, aye. The meeting minutes from February 20th, 2025 are approved. Next up is the authorization of the annual confidential survey of commissioners regarding the board performance. I think that's usually Chris. Is Chris on?
Yes.
Okay, take it away, Chris.
Morning, Governance Committee and everybody. Hope everybody is doing well on this slightly snowy or rainy day, depending on where you are. First up is the authorization of the annual confidential survey of commissioners. The Governance Committee authorizes this, and then this is distributed to all of the board members. What will happen is I've printed off a copy of this survey. I will mail it to everybody. I will also include a self-addressed envelope so that it can go back to me. I would ask that you please send it back to me within the next couple of weeks. No need to put your return address on it or anything because it is a confidential survey. Once I get the surveys from all of our board members, I will tally up the results. We'll compare it to last year, and then we'll present it to the board. Usually in February, we do that. Present it to the governance committee, I should say. So, with your approval, we will authorize the annual survey.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the annual survey? Maria?
So moved.
I second. All in favor? Maria?
Aye.
Joan, aye. The authorization is approved. Thanks, Chris. Next up is the annual report.
Okay. So this will be slightly different from last year because we have 3 documents that go to the governance committee every year. One is the annual report of the governance committee. Nothing too out of the ordinary with that. Just a few things to note is that the authority's board officially adopted a 5-year strategic plan earlier this year, which contains very performance indicators. MNOSCA has been updating the board on our progress with regards to those goals. The strategic plan is available for public viewing on our website for anybody who's interested in looking at that. And with that, and I'll get to this a little bit more clearly in a second, but the governance committee recommends updating the mission statement that is filed with the authority budget office, so that's in line with the mission statement that's in the authority's new strategic plan. Also on the front of equal opportunity and affirmative action policies, the committee notes that the Bridge Authority continued an aggressive promotion of MWBE opportunities in 2025, including hosting an MWB and SDVOB meet and greet for interested parties. There's no changes recommended to the charter. And then with regards to the mission statement that is filed with the ABO, there would be a couple changes which I highlighted in that document. Most notably is the change to the mission statement. There are also just a few small grammatical things to just update in here. But with regards to the mission statement, this would echo what's in the strategic plan. So it says the New York State Bridge Authority's mission is to maintain and operate its Hudson River crossings, providing excellence in service, affordability, safety, and reliability for the economic and social well-being of the communities it serves. Being that this is, not just business as usual, there's the change in the mission statement. You may want to do 3 different votes to approve the annual report of the committee charter, and then the Bridge Authority mission statement.
I think that makes sense. And then when we bring it to the full board, we'll do the same. Okay, Maria, do I have a motion to approve the what's our first one?
Annual report.
Annual report. Thank you, Chris.
So moved.
I second it. We'll take a roll. Maria Bruni
Aye.
and Joan McDonald votes in the affirmative. That is the annual report is approved. Next up is the mission statement.
So moved.
I second Joan McDonald. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni
Aye.
and Joan McDonald votes in the affirmative. The mission statement is approved. The last item, Chris, is
The committee charter.
the committee charter. Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the committee charter? Maria Bruni.
Yep, motion.
I second Joan McDonald. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni.
Aye.
Joan McDonald, aye. That is approved, and we will move on to any new business, Maria?
None.
Nope, I have none either. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Maria.
I second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that concludes our committee meetings for today, December 2nd. We will now unpause the full board meeting and go into the regular board meeting agenda at approximately 9:43. So first on the agenda, Chris, are there any public comments?
None today.
Okay, thank you so much. And we have no community appreciation employee recognition as we're all participating virtually. So next up is to adopt the regular meeting minutes of October 29th, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the meeting minutes?
DeLon Gilbert, so moved.
Thank you, Lanny. Do I have a second?
Freddie,
Roger
second.
Higgins, second.
Thanks, Freddie and Roger. Do I have any questions or comments about the October 29th meeting minutes? Hearing none, I will call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
and I vote in the affirmative. The meeting minutes are approved and adopted. Next up, Minoshka, your reports to the board.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. This month, we have been busy working on recruitment, which remains steady across key operational and administrative roles, with active searches underway to support maintenance operations and agency-wide staffing needs. We are currently recruiting for bridge maintenance supervisor, bridge maintenance engineer, a special office assistant, HR coordinator, maintenance laborer, STBs, and command center administrator. In terms of community engagement, on November 6th, Lauren Melendez, our Deputy Executive Director, attended a meeting of the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, the GTSC chaired by the Commissioner of Motor Vehicles and composed of multiple state agencies, continue to align education, enforcement, and engineering initiatives. NYSBA participation ensure bridge safety priorities are represented in statewide discussions. And like all other state agencies, we are promoting this month the State Employee Federated Appeal CIFA campaign, which allows state employees to support a wide range of charitable organizations through one-time gifts or payroll deduction. On November 10, we welcome two representatives from the United Way of the Dutchess Orange region who spoke to us, directors, managers, and staff about the CIFA campaign and its regional and statewide impact. At the same time, more or less from November 9th to 11th, I joined Governor Hochul and a delegation of New York officials on a trip to the Dominican Republic. The purpose of the visit was to strengthen partnerships through increased trade, emergency preparedness, training, and technological innovation. NYSBA and other transportation partners have already met with Dominican engineers, both in the DR and in New York, to exchange and infrastructure resiliency in the face of climate change. We stand ready to build upon these times for the benefit of both Dominicans and New Yorkers. On November 19, Chris Tiber attended the Dutchess County Regional Chamber of Commerce monthly contact breakfast. This month, they had Dr. Peter Jordan, the president of Dutchess Community College, who previously hosted our Transportation for Life Summit in 2023. We look forward to continue to build ties with the local community colleges that train a significant segment of our region emerging workforce. Between November 17 and the 21st, the New York State Police partnered with us and other transportation entities to support Crash Responder Safety Week. This year's theme, Safety Starts With You, Slow Down and Move Over, reminded drivers to comply with the state's Move Over law. State police increased patrols at the Newport Beacon Bridge and on highways across the state. In terms of contracts, there are several contracts that will go for approval in front of the board, most of them from engineering. In terms of finance, in October 2025, our traffic was approximately 6 million vehicles, representing an increase of approximately 25,000 vehicles, or 0.41% from October 2024, the highest October traffic volume in the past 5 years. In terms of Easy Pass utilization, where Easy Pass accounted for almost 88% of total traffic transactions for 2025, or 2.6 million vehicles, including 2.2 million valid Easy Pass tag reads and approximately 0.4 million plates image-based account transaction. In terms of vehicles, the passenger vehicles represented nearly 92% of all crossings, while commercial vehicles increased significantly from last year to 7.71%, as compared to 6.66 commercial from the year prior. In terms of revenue for September of 2025, we had 7.7 million compared to 7 million in October 2024, and this was comprised of 90% Easy Pass, 7% tolls by mail, 3% fines and fees, and no overweight fees this month. And this concludes my report. In terms of activities to report, I don't have anything to report this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Minoshka. Board members, any questions for Minoshka, comments?
No.
Okay. Next up, we'll go through our business items. We have no items under administration, so we'll turn to engineering and maintenance. Eric, first up is your system-wide bridge and highway repair.
The authority uses standby contractors so that critical bridge repair and emergency work can be performed immediately without delays in the procurement process. So we advertise for a system-wide standby contractor, and we received 2 bids. And the lowest bid was Hudson Valley Contractors in the amount of $1,068,000. This is a reasonable bid, and we would like to do a 3-year contract with the option for a 1-year extension. So we're putting this to the board for approval because it served us well, and we've been using Hudson Valley in the past, and they've performed diligently for us.
Thank you. Questions, comments from the board?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
Ron Gilbert, so moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Freddie Garcia, second.
Thanks, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni? You're on mute.
Aye. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution's approved and adopted. Next up, Eric?
The next item up is some additional work in the bridge inspection services. As part of the 2025 biennial inspections, the consultant, which was Majeskin Masters, they were initially assigned as part of their task to inspect 10 access hatches in the bridge, just as a sampling for the condition of the bridges. But on further review, the engineering department determined that it really was more effective to put in a overall regular system-wide inspection of the system. So we reassigned the task to Majeski and Masters to inspect the full system rather than the sampling. And that extra effort developed into a change order in the amount of $46,568. This is a good value for us, and I'm putting this to the board for approval.
Questions, comments from the board? Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
Maria Bruni, motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Ron
Roger
Gilbert,
Higgins,
second.
second.
Okay, Freddie, or I think Roger. Thank you. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and Joan McDonald votes in the affirmative. The resolution's approved and adopted. Next, dump truck, plow dump truck.
This is definitely an applicable item for us today.
Right for today.
As part of our fleet management system, we do plan on replacing aging equipment, and this scheduling of replacing equipment ensures that we have reliable equipment for snow operations, and it reduces the risk of while we're working that the equipment will fail. So we always have replacements as part of our fleet management. In particular, for this month, we utilize the one sole source contract to purchase a snow plow dump truck, and that procurement, once we looked at all the attachments and all the equipment associated with that, The cost of that truck was $221,429. And we find that this equipment, replacing the older equipment that is replacing is a very cost efficient use of the funds, and it was in the budget for replacement. So I'm putting this to the board for approval for the purchase of this equipment.
Questions, comments from the board? Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
So moved. Roger Higgins.
Thank you, Roger. Do I have a second?
So moved, Devon.
Thank you, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and Joan McDonald. I vote in the affirmative. The resolution is approved and adopted. Next up, good timing, the salt contract.
The other thing is
Yep.
also good timing. So the authority uses bulk salt for winter operations at all our facilities. And of course, this ensures that we have a reliable supply at competitive pricing. So utilizing the OGS contract, which has Morton Salt as their supplier, we're putting forward based on the previous estimates and usage that we've had in the past, bulk purchase of salt in the cost not to exceed $100,000. The report does show the usage per each facilities. Also, this cost in terms of purchase will be invoicing the actual quantity that we purchase, but we just want to have the ability to purchase as needed. Hopefully, we don't have that full winter exceeding what the usage we're having. So I'm putting to the board for approval to be able to purchase up to $100,000 of road salt.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Do I have any questions, comments from the board? Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
Devon Gilbert's moved.
Thank you, Lanny. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thank you, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and Joan McDonald. I vote in the affirmative. The resolution's approved and adopted. Next up, we have one-year contract extension for consultants. Eric?
As you know, the authority relies on general consultants for engineering support for essential bridge inspections and capital program needs. The current contract which actually expires, has an option for a 3-year extension, but the authority is opting to extend the contract for 1 year, so that we would still have the coverage that we need for engineering services. This 1-year extension can be modified further as we see as needed for the authority. But at this time, we're looking forward to doing a 1-year extension on the contract, and then any modifications we'll see after the 1-year extension is up. So we're looking to put to the board for approval for this 1-year extension, which would entail bridge inspections and some other engineering services to the cost of $649,297.
Questions, comments from the board?
No.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
So moved. Roger.
Thank you, Roger. Do I have a second?
So moved, Devon Gilbert.
Thank you, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution's approved and adopted. Next up,
Next
Eric.
up,
Yep, the dark fiber.
Yeah, this one is a little different than the others where we're spending money. This one, where the authority generates recurring non-toll revenues from leasing surplus fiber infrastructure that we have on this that utilizing for our services. T came up at the Mid Hudson Bridge, and we put that opportunity out for lease. And we had one vendor who bidded on it for that lease, and it's the Central Hudson Corporation. The lease term is a 10-year lease, and the amount of that lease over the 10 years is $556. We did get our first initial deposit of $48,000, and we're putting this to the board as lease and continue to generate recurring non-toll revenues.
Okay. We like getting money. Any questions, comments from the board members?
Just curious as to what that was in comparison to the last time we've done it.
It's previous lease.
I'm sorry that you broke up, Wally.
The pricing is similar
Okay.
to the current lease.
Any other questions or comments? Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
So moved, Roger Higgins.
Thank you, Roger. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thank you, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution's approved and adopted. Next up, the monthly jobs in progress. Eric?
Jobs in progress. The first item up is a Bear Mountain Bridge redecking project. We've received the 100% plan, and those are under review. In the meantime, we have put out the should be with bids due in January 7th. And we also put in the option for a pre-construction Zoom meeting on or around, I think, December 12th, 2025. So we're looking for see what those bids come in at for the Bear Mountain Bridge project. Project that's ongoing. The contractor has been doing some shielding underneath in preparations for operations in the spring. So they've been busy on the underside of the bridge. The Hudson Valley contractors, they're currently working on the Rip Van Winkle Bridge, repairing some electrical pole attachments, and also they've been our bridge maintenance staff in doing some steel repairs there. We're doing the necessary repairs for the actions. That ends the jobs in progress report.
Okay.
Any questions?
I've got a quick question. This is Eric. This is
Yeah.
Roger.
Roger?
Yeah.
Eric, I was on the walkway the day before Thanksgiving on that Wednesday, and the authority had some equipment up there doing some work. It looked like they were doing some inspection or something underneath this. Any idea what that was about? Just, regular maintenance?
The walkway over the Hudson.
Yep.
The superstructure, which is the supporting members, are the responsibility of the Bridge Authority.
Yep.
And the upper surface, the walkway itself, is the responsibility of the parks. So every inspection to assess the structural soundness of the project, of the structure. So that was part of our responsibility.
Right.
Where we do 5-year. As
Thank
a
you.
result of those inspections, we'll develop any necessary repairs.
Thanks very much.
So that was Elon Gilbert, that was of a routine nature then?
It's a routine schedule nature. Yes, no emergencies.
Okay.
Good. Okay, do I have a motion to approve and adopt the monthly jobs in progress report?
So moved, Roger.
Thank you, Roger. Do I have a second?
So moved, Elon Gilbert.
Thanks, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution is approved and adopted. Thank you, Eric. Next up, Brian, the financial agenda.
Very good, thank you. The first up is the monthly investment report. There are 8 investments. They're all of a routine nature. To note that we have seen reductions in the spot rates associated with bond purchases and T-bill purchases. You know, we've dropped quite a bit. We were up in the 5s last year. We're now down into the 3s. We only had a handful of 4s, and I can tell you going forward, we're solidly in the 3s. Those investments are reflected in the next page on the investment inventory. Currently, the maintenance reserve fund stands at a balance of $145.2 million available to support the capital program, maintain bridges. Interest income and yield, as noted, due to recent market rate decreases, as well as the decreases associated with Fed activity, we're down to about 3.89%. Still, though, through September, we've made $577,000 for the month.
Okay. Questions, comments from the board? Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution, the investment report?
So moved, Elon Gilbert.
Thanks, Lanny. Do I have a second?
Second, Maria Bruni.
Thanks, Maria. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The monthly report is approved and adopted. Next up, Brian.
Okay, next up is the annual renewal of Easy Pass discounts under Title 21, New York Codes, Rules, and Regs. The section 201.2 is entitled Bridge Tolls. It establishes tolls charged for passage across all the authority's facilities owned and operated by us. It provides for discounted tolls for fares paid through the Easy Pass electronic toll system, subject to the requirements as noted in that particular section. The attached resolution to the item, should the board approve, extends the existing Easy Pass toll discounts to the 13th extension from December 31st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026.
Questions, comments from the board? Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
Elon Gilbert, so moved.
Thanks, Lanny. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thank you, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. Next up.
Next up is the annual billing from the New York State Employees Retirement System. Currently, for the year that ends March 31st, 2026, the bill is $1,684,901 for the authority's 155 employees currently enrolled in the system. This is an increase year over year of $192,086, or 12.9%. There's a brief analysis breaking down the comparison from the prior year's invoice to this year's invoice. The authority takes advantage of early payment for this particular expenditure, as it does save us, a few thousands, like 14,000, by not waiting until March 31st to do so, which is pretty good because the interest rate charged will be higher than what we'll be able to get on a T-bill. The overall costs, if you look at them by tier, the costs decrease with the later tiers. As many people are aware, the New York State pension system is one of the best funded pensions in the country and provides for security for the staff in their retirement years.
Questions, comments from the board? Do I have a motion to approve and a second?
So moved, Roger.
Thank you, Roger. Second.
Second, Elon Gilbert.
Thanks, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, Vote in the affirmative, the resolution is approved and adopted. Next up, insurance.
Okay, so the renewal of the last year renewal of the bridge property and loss of revenue insurance for the year 2026, the policy expires on the existing policy expires on December 31. The new year, the renewal is $2,302,527.66. There are a lot of pieces to this. I'll try to break them down quickly. The increase of $434,692.70 is 23.3% as compared to the approximately 1.9 million from the prior year. As many people recall, a lot of things have happened in the catastrophic loss market. Specifically, the Francis Scott Key Bridge continues to go and take a toll. The insurance market itself saw 140 billion in losses in the year 2024. The Key Bridge has recently increased with the latest estimate from a range of 4.3 to 5.2 billion. Before it was considered to be much less, and it's currently not expected to be completed until 2030. As such, many things happened in the market. Specifically, in prior years, we had the carrier AXA XL provide a portion of the tower, if you will. Insurance for this type of risk is typically absorbed by a group of carriers. In this structure, each carrier goes and carries a certain portion of the risk associated with that larger payment or a larger amount of the policy. So the base first takes so many million, and then on top of that, the next one takes so many million, and that's how the coverage is divided amongst them. For years, we've had AXA XL. They have determined that they no longer want to cover us, and they declined renewal. We had to go and find alternative carriers who were willing. And unfortunately, based off of the market and everyone recognizing the substantial losses associated with, for example, Francis Scott Key, not many people were willing to, or not many carriers were willing to. We were able to pull a policy or a set of policies together for 2026, but it was at a significantly increased price. Part of the increase relates to the construction index, which continues to drive the replacement costs. The bridge values increased 3.5% by themselves. The revenue, because this policy not only covers the cost of replacing the bridge to the full policy extent of 492 million, but it also goes and covers 2 years loss of revenue at any facility. So our revenue also increased 3.66%. The amount that we typically cover is the most expensive single segment of any bridge, which is the south span of the Newburgh-Beacon Bridge. The construction index impact on the replacement cost drove the increase from 475 million to 492 to be able to cover those costs. We were struggling to get a renewal last year, again, in light of market conditions, and we allowed the balance to be covered from both the insurance reserve fund as well as existing coverage. We've now returned the coverage to where it had been in years prior, and that drove part of the increase as well. That was another 3.6%. For comparison purposes, if you look at where we were in 2010, the value of the bridge system or the assets covered was approximately 1.4 billion. We're now up to 2.5 billion, and revenue was approximately 76 million, and now we're up to 166 million. The total value under the policy, years ago was substantially smaller. We're now up to 492. The premium in 2010 was 821 as compared to 2.3 million now. And the assets covered increased 80% value as opposed to the premium, which increased 181%, which is based largely upon significant losses in the catastrophic loss market. In addition to all of these other factors going on, the broker was able to provide for us an opportunity to at least provide about 1% savings. The original policy or expiring policies utilized TRIPRA, which is Terrorism Risk Insurance Program Act. It was a government-funded program to go and cover infrastructure and assist insurance carriers after September 11th. There are a bunch of requirements needed before the government would go and backstop those programs. Since that point in time, private insurance has come out and said, okay, well, we can do it under a separate policy instead of taking advantage of TRIPRA under the existing policies. The broker was able to provide us with a policy of $51,857, and this is offset by a reduction in separating terrorism from the existing policies of $79,237. Given the $27,380 in savings to provide better coverage, and an explanation of some of the differences in coverage is attached as part of the board item. I included that as part of the renewal. Given where we are and the shortened timeline, remember that most insurance carriers do not like to quote policies within outside of the window of 30 days of renewal. Given where we are, I believe the 2.3 is the best we're going to do right now. I ask the board, I recommend the board approve extension of the contract.
Questions, comments from the board? Comment, okay.
It just it's amazing the ripple effect of what could happen. From what my understanding, or at least I read something to the effect that it was a $20 switch or fuse that started the events that caused the key bridge failure. It was, for need of a nail, the shoe was lost type of analysis. But that $20 fuse has now cost potentially billions of dollars across this country. And it's incredible.
I have a comment too.
Yep, of course, Roger.
I just want to thank Brian for all his work on this. This is obviously a nightmare. I know that we've been talking about this now for a little while, and I can't begin to imagine the amount of time that he's put into this. So on behalf of the board, I just want to thank Brian for his efforts here.
Thank you, Roger. I think we all agree with that. It is, and to echo what Lanny was saying, the landscape has changed. It really exemplifies how asset management and routine maintenance is not routine if it is done correctly. And it is what all of us that have been in the transportation world for a long time realize when capital budgets get shortchanged, which I think here at the Bridge Authority, both the members and the staff can be proud of the work that the staff does from both an asset management and operation and our fiduciary responsibility. And I echo what Roger said. Thank you so much, Brian. This is extremely complicated, and we greatly appreciate it. Do I have a motion? Any other comments from the board before I ask for a motion?
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve and adopt?
Yolanda Gilbert, so moved.
Thanks, Lanny. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thanks, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni.
Aye.
Freddie Garcia.
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert.
Aye.
Roger Higgins.
Aye.
And I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution is approved and adopted. Next up, Brian, the budget and financial plan for 26 through 29.
Okay, in October, the Committee of the Whole reviewed the budget and financial plan for 2026 through 2029. As of December 2nd, the plan will have been made available for public inspection and comment at all 5 of the authority's facilities, as well as on the website, as required by the legislation or the regulation governing how our budget and financial plan must be issued and made publicly available. The authority has not made any changes and has not received any comments on the budget and financial plan. Having received approval to move forward from the committees, we ask the board to consider approving this plan at this meeting.
Thank you, Brian. Any questions, comments from the board members? Hearing none, do I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Roger Higgins.
Thanks, Roger. Second.
Second, Elon Gilbert.
Thank you, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The budget is approved and adopted. Next up, Brian, quarterly operations report.
Thank you. For the first 9 months ending September 30th, obviously with the staggering of the board, it's a bit late, but staggering the board meeting that we rescheduled. The board has already seen, traffic was up 1.75, toll revenue is up 1.19. As previously noted to the board, we've had some issues in processing at the service center. The most familiar was the UUCT, or unused commuter trips, that we've spoken of in the past, and efforts are being made to resolve those issues. Overall interest income is substantially up. We're up 342,000. We've made 5.1 million by the end of September. We're continuing to go and see very good receipts from fiber leasing, a little bit less in advertising, and some other miscellaneous activities for which we benefit from. Operating expenses were budgeted at 47.2 million, which includes 1.7 million for accrual post-employment benefits and 1.6 million for depreciation of the walkway over the Hudson, which will take place in December. Through September, we've spent 25.9 million as opposed to 28.5 last year. The big difference of the $2.6 million increase, there was a net impact. The biggest decrease was kind of the timing of how we're receiving tolling fees associated with processing tolls from the New York Easy Pass customers. So we're down 2.8 million there, and a lot of that relates to estimates, which are fluctuating in light of a new contract that was implemented. Salaries are up 180, mostly based on contractually obligated wage and salary increases. Commercial insurance increased 354. Obviously, the insurance markets, we just discussed that in the prior item. Repairs and maintenance increased 150 on timing for the payments to the toll system. The intergovernmental assessments was a timing difference as to when we process. The depreciation was down 557,000, and that really relates to the toll system that we implemented in 2021 and 2022. We typically consider computer and peripherals at 3-year life equipment. We fully depreciated that system in 2025, which caused the reduction. The authority's 5-year capital program approved by the board in September 24 originally budgeted 41.5 million for 2025. As of September 30, 4.2 million has been spent. We hope to see a little more spending in the last quarter of the year. We did revise down the most recent estimate from the budget financial plan from 41 to approximately 17 million. This report is solely for information purposes. No action is required by the board.
Thank you, Brian. Questions, comments from the board members? All right. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
We have nothing in human resources. We'll go to IT. Mark, you have 3 items.
So last board meeting, the board approved the acceptance of a grant award to offset our renewal for the Arctic Wolf security subscription. Now it's time to actually do the renewal. So we submitted an RFP, and the lowest acceptable bidder was In Development. And so the annual subscription renewal is an amount that will not exceed $79,458, and that will be offset by the grant award later. So we're going to the board for approval for this purchase.
Questions, comments from the board of directors? Hearing none, do I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Roger.
Thank you, Roger. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thanks, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution is approved and adopted. Next, Crown
Next
Castle.
item is our internet service provider, which we've already had the amount approved. However, there is a federal regulatory fee that's subject to adjustment, and it is. And it's going to increase the monthly fee by $13.26. Therefore, we're looking to approval from the board for the new amount of $12,705.05 for this contract, which will expire by February 2026.
Questions from the board? Do I have a motion?
So moved, Roger.
Thank you, Roger. Do I have a second?
Second, Alon Gilbert.
Thank you, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution's approved and adopted. Next up, the network switch.
Yes, and the last one I have is the replacement of end-of-life equipment across the various bridges for network switches and related components. We submitted an RFQ, and the lowest acceptable bid will be from Network Experts of New York for an amount not to exceed $107,067. I'm looking for the board for approval.
Questions, comments? Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved, Roger.
Thanks, Roger. Do I have a second?
Second, Alon Gilbert.
Thanks, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution's approved and adopted. We have no bridge operations or command center items. We'll move to electronic tolling and toll audit. Jeff Weiss, you have 2 items. Jeff?
Hi, good morning, everybody. 2 routine items today. The first is the credit card reimbursement for Easy Pass costs to the New York State Thruway Authority. We received their invoice. We've reviewed it. We find it to be true and accurate. And we are looking for approval to pay that invoice in the amount of $290,713.79. This
Thank
is for
you.
Q2 2025. Sorry.
Got it. Okay, questions, comments from the board? I will recuse myself from the vote as I am also a member of the Thruway Board of Directors. Do I have a motion to approve and adopt?
So move Maria Bruni.
Thanks, Maria. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thanks, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I recuse myself. The resolution is approved and adopted. Next up, Jeff.
Excuse me, the next item I have is the Easy Pass annual IAG membership dues. We have every year we get this annual assessment. It is based on our annual revenue for each year. Earlier this year, I should say in March, the IAG passed a resolution to include every year a regular 3% increase. This year, it's a 10% increase, but it will level out to 3% going forward through 2030. This year, we have a $38,500 invoice to pay for our annual assessment for our full membership in the IAG. That's a $3,500 increase over 2025.
Questions, comments from the board?
What benefits do we receive for our membership?
Our benefits in the membership for the IAG basically include the reciprocity with all of the other agencies, financial and technological reciprocity, being able to exchange files, pay each other for travel. When we have customers that travel from other agencies, the IAG is set up in the specs that have been set up, the technical specs to allow us to trade that information back and forth, and normalizes how we pay each other so that we can have reports and audit capabilities on how much we're spending for Easy Pass costs.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, do I have any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
So moved, Alon Gilbert.
Thanks, Lanny. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thanks, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I, Joan McDonald, vote in the affirmative. The resolution is approved and adopted. We have no media and public information items and no presentations to the board. There's no old business, but there is new business. First up, a union negotiation council. Kevin, take it away.
Good morning. The authority is quickly approaching the expiration of its collective bargaining agreement. Therefore, we need the services of Labor Council to support negotiations, which will commence shortly after contract award. The authority engaged with several firms and identified the law office of Vincent Toomey as having the qualifications required to support negotiations, given his office's past experience with other New York State and local government entities. Mr. Toomey's office has proposed an hourly fee, $400 per hour for associate attorneys, $525 per hour for his partner. The authority is seeking approval for a not to exceed amount of $50,000, consistent with budgeted estimates for prior labor negotiations. Given the goal of supporting expedited authority preparation to begin labor negotiations and the contractor's experience with similar negotiations, the authority recommends an award as a single source to the law office of Vincent Toomey.
Full disclosure, I recommended Vince as a possible labor counsel. He is our labor counsel here for the county. He has been exemplary in negotiating contracts with CSEA, the Teamsters, correction officers. I highly recommend him because I have worked with him. Kevin, if you believe that poses a conflict, I will recuse myself from the vote.
It doesn't propose a conflict. I mean, it is a professional recommendation and reference.
Mm-hmm.
And we did engage other offices, and he was comparable in cost and had the experience that we need. So I think he's a good candidate, and I don't have a problem with you voting on it.
Okay, thank you. Other directors have a question or comment?
It just seems to the fact that you have experience with this individual shouldn't hinder your ability to vote on it. I mean, obviously, I'm not the lawyer, and we're relying upon Kevin, but I wholeheartedly agree with Kevin's assessment.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure there was full disclosure before my fellow board members. So, any other questions, comments?
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the resolution?
So moved, Roger.
Thanks, Roger, second.
Second, Alon Gilbert.
Thanks, Lanny. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I vote in the affirmative as well. The resolution's approved and adopted. Next up are the committee annual report acceptance. Brian, do we vote on the three as a package, or do we vote on each one individually?
The resolution is structured as a single resolution that will accept all three at once.
Great. Thank you. Excellent. All right. All right, Brian. Do I have a motion to approve and adopt the annual reports of the committees of the New York State Bridge?
So moved, Roger.
Thank you, Roger. Do I have a second?
Second, Freddie.
Thanks, Freddie. I'll call the vote. Maria Bruni,
Aye.
Freddie Garcia,
Aye.
Lanny Gilbert,
Aye.
Roger Higgins,
Aye.
and I vote in the affirmative. The resolution is approved and adopted. Do I have any additional new business from the board members?
I think everyone is aware that I was successful in my bid for election for Yorktown Town Council. I don't believe that, speaking of conflicts, I don't believe that there is any conflict with me continuing to serve here on this as a commissioner here, but I just wanted to divulge that fact.
Congratulations, and Yorktown is landlocked, so I don't think we have an issue there.
Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations.
Thank you. There's the old, be careful what you wish for, you just
Oh,
might get
yeah.
it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I would like to take this opportunity. We were supposed to all be together in person to thank my fellow board members and the staff at the New York State Bridge Authority for all the work that they have done through 2025. The weather hampered us from being together physically, but we're all together virtually. We will have our annual holiday breakfast to kick off the new year at the January 15th meeting, 2026. I can't believe it's 2026, but I want to thank you all and wish you all a happy and healthy holiday season. Any other questions, comments, or do I have a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
I actually do have one question, and Chris, you may be able to give me the answer to this. Is there anything special being scheduled for the 250th anniversary, of the country? Any, celebratory events or any thoughts on that?
Sorry, I was on mute for a second. Nothing that we've planned at an authority level, but I'm sure there will be, I'm not just sure, I know there will be a number of different events taking place all throughout the Hudson Valley, given our region's critical role in the Revolutionary War. I'm sure the different Revolutionary War battle sites and historical sites will have different events going on. I know the county tourism agencies have been planning extensively for it, and I Love New York, etc. I will certainly check with the local sites that are near us to see what they have planned and see if there's some potential partnership opportunities.
All right. I know that Yorktown is doing some planning some activities regarding the combination of what all went on with, especially the association with the town of Yorktown with Yorktown, Virginia. I mean, that's the basis of the naming of the town of Yorktown, and also the activities of Washington and Rochambeau in our area. But thank you.
Of course.
Okay. All right. With that, do I have a motion? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Roger.
Thanks, Roger. A second.
Second, Elon
Thanks,
Gilbert.
Lanny. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye.